Well, I personally think this is the most well set up Prado you'll ever see. Here with me, I've got Henny and Vida. They've got the Prado, and I'm sure you'd all love to know more about the Prado and how the journey's been for them. So, hello, Henny and Vida. How are you?
Trevor.
So you went with the Prado on the Canning Stock route, and firstly, I guess everyone would want to know what made you choose a Prado for this trip. It's a massive trip. It's one that no one takes lightly. So what brought you to the Prado?
So basically our considerations were having, a daily driver and something that's competent of doing, proper off-roading. I think that would have been the best mix. Don't know for Vida if you had any other.
To still have a comfortable drive in town, but also comfortable and reliable and capable off-road.
Yeah, multi-use.
Yeah.
Not just one use.
Yeah.
Not a tractor when you're on the highway,
No,
Exactly.
like a
no.
79.
And it had to be automatic. So
Yes, okay. Yeah, well, it has performed very well. You're happy with how it went?
Very happy. Yeah, no issues.
I think our expectation as far as the car went was exceeded.
Yeah.
Well, I personally think this is the most well set up Prado you'll ever see. So be prepared to see the best Prado. And it's by far the most thought that's been put into it if you want to do long trips, as to how to plan your setup and tips and tricks of how to plan your Prado. So yeah, we can start with the front here. So you pretty much changed this whole front, the bull bar, spotlights, the rims, everything is quite different.
So we fitted a off-road animal Toro bull bar. We've got steady 21.5-inch light bar and the steady X Pro spotlights. We've got a PDX winch.
Insect grill, and then this one.
So that's just cable tied in?
Yeah. And
It's got some
Some
like a
screws
kit
as well.
it comes with. I just put some additional ones in.
And so these steady lights, they're of the best, right?
We don't really have to use them often. I think
Yeah,
twice.
stuck to day driving. Yeah.
Suspension, we had a GVM upgrade done. It's got the Lovell's GVM upgrade.
Oh, okay. Let's have a look at it. Okay, so you got the levels in here. I don't know if you can see through this. So that's a GVM upgrade. What can you remember what the Prado was
I think
before?
3,000, it's now 3.5.
3,000 and 3.5. So it's extra 500 kilograms.
Yeah.
And did you have to change the rims for the GVM, or
Not specifically for that. We did because the standard the car comes with 19-inch, which I thought was too big to get a proper profile, especially for deflating and that. So we fitted 17. It's method 703 titanium with a 0 offset and 265 17 Yokohama Geolander X80, which is a hybrid tire. It's a mix between an all-terrain and mud.
Yeah, okay, very nice. And those methods, they're quite a special rim, aren't they?
Yeah, these have got a bead grip which allow you to deflate, to a lower pressure than what you would normally be able to. Yeah.
So it just holds on to that bead a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. But apparently very hard to get off as well if you wanted to change a tire.
I believe so. Luckily we didn't have to.
We don't need to do that.
Yeah.
If you plan right, you don't need to drive right. So you've also got this protection. You've got 2 layers of protection on here.
So we've got butch wraps, which is just a clear film on the whole car.
front and rear fender and the doors, but we got some extra film from them off the roll, and we did the bonnet and all the side panels and the roof.
Oh, very nice.
And the back door ourselves. We had somebody do the mirrors and the bull bar for us. That's a little bit more involved to do that.
Yeah.
And I think if you look here how the seeds or the grass just went in between, if you didn't have that on, we would have lost a lot of paint.
Yeah, this definitely copped it a bit now for sure.
Yeah.
So you're happy you did the double layer?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. And then we also fitted this. This is the plastic cover we got off eBay. Actually,
Yes.
And
they work really well. It's fits with two-sided tape.
Okay, very nice.
Yeah.
It just sits in there. No problems coming off or anything. Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the mirrors really get smashed, don't they, in the bushes
Yeah.
to furthest point out, and it got pretty tight.
We really never worried having
Yeah.
to take a certain line and the scratches, because this rhino hide was brilliant, and the bush rats as well.
Oh, they say they can just take a turn how they want. Don't worry about the consequences, because this is just awesome protection for your car. If you just look at that, that is just solid.
The stripes, I mean, that would have been the paint work.
Yeah.
The stripes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's quite brutal. This is quite strong, and it does sit off the car, so you don't have to worry about scratches.
Yeah.
There's a bit of wobble in it, but that's only me pushing on it, so that's really
Yeah.
nice. Yeah, that's awesome. Well, you've got the GME UHF.
Yeah.
You went for the short one.
Yeah, we initially thought we'll mount it on the rear, but yeah, it worked out well with a bracket available from Kayon that just bolts to the standard bonnet hinge in the same position.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the reception and all that was pretty good for
Yeah,
what we needed. Yeah.
Performed better than mine, that's for sure. So
Yeah.
need to figure out what's going on there.
And then we have a safari snorkel.
Oh, yep.
Fitted.
Pop around to there. But this bull bar, I'm very impressed with. This is quite something. Looks very unique.
Yeah.
It's very nice. Very well fitted. It sits in there very well. And we've got the recovery points down the bottom there. That's really nice.
The tape on the bull bar this is the white
Headlight washer.
Yeah, headlight washers.
Oh,
That's the only little bit of call it drama we had on the second last day of the canning. Somewhere on that corrugations, we lost this one. So Henny just taped it.
yeah. So there's a little tip and trick if you've got this bull bar and you're hitting corrugations.
Yeah, other than that, there were no failures as such.
Yeah, that's great. And had the safari snorkel, and how was that for the trip? You get
Yeah, good. Pretty good. I mean, this is a well-proven product, so
Yeah.
we did use a snorkel sock for some sections of it.
Yep.
But yeah, don't know whether it was really necessary or not.
Well, when I saw that snorkel sock, it looked quite brown, so I
Yeah.
think it could be. But did you see fuel consumption change?
It did increase a little bit,
Yeah.
but in general the consumption went up quite dramatically, especially once we got to the sandy bits of the track.
Yes. So negligible for the stock anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
don't think it increases it that much that would be a consideration
Yes.
for not using it.
Yes, because your air filter looked quite good, didn't
Yeah,
it?
it did.
Yes.
Yeah.
Saw some of the other filters and they looked quite rough. So I definitely think that was a good move. Unless you just avoided all dust when driving.
No chance of doing
can't
that.
do that on the canning. And you also put the what do you call it? The wind shields.
Yeah, wind deflectors.
Yeah.
They were from OEM, stayed on, they fitted well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Works
Didn't rattle
well
off.
if you just, open the window a little bit.
Yeah. Great. And this here?
I just taped it up because there was a lot of dust going into the keyhole.
Ah, there you go. Another little trick. Oh, because you have keyless.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Nice. That's smart. Okay, and then you went with quite a unique rooftop tent. Unheard of or unseen in Australia. Yeah. Did you say it is the first year?
It's the only one in Australia so far. It's from a place called Inspired Overland. They do their own suspensions and rooftop tents for the Forerunner there, which is similar to the Prado. Most of the rooftop tents is when you have got all your accessories on your roof rack, and that's a little bit heavy for the Prado, especially for a trip like this.
Yes.
So this one, if you have the ladder inside, which is an option because it's removable, it's 40 kilos. If you put the ladder inside the car like we do, that's 36 kilos on
Yes.
the roof.
That is very light. That is for sure as light as you're going to get.
And it's really slim when
Yeah.
it's folded down as well. So worked really well in terms of affecting the aerodynamics of the car.
And the top heaviness, keeping it low.
Yeah, we hardly noticed it, to be honest.
Yeah, amazing.
We did take the standard mattress, which is just the 2.5 inch, out and put an inflatable in
Yeah.
from Climate. That worked well. We just inflated it every day with a compressor. You can
Yes.
still close your blankets and deflatable pillows in there. Yeah, we've been in there now 31 nights.
Sure.
So that's pretty good.
31 nights already, eh? It must be quality. I did see, interestingly, it's got a canvas top on it.
Yeah, tonneau cover they call it, yeah.
Tonneau cover.
Yeah, so it's like a soft top, I guess.
Yeah.
They don't rip or anything. We went through some severe bushes or narrow sections at some points on the track. So yeah, I'm happy.
Yeah.
The only thing it needed was a bit of zipper spray because that red dust just made it impossible to get the zip sliding until we used them.
Dries out the zips, yeah. But no dust came in through the zips. So no.
Nothing.
It looks like the tent's still very, very clean.
Yeah,
No sign of dust whatsoever.
Yeah.
So that's quite amazing if you think about.
We
We were living in and amongst the dust for a month almost. So yeah, amazing.
It's a little drifter spade that worked well. It comes in a kit with a little smaller handheld one as well.
Yeah, so you got quite a big roof rack and
It's a
lights as
track
well.
ladder. And all we did was install, some rock lights on the sides. We've got 2 more steady lights at the back, which we thought we might need in the evening for reversing. Yeah, the roof rack, can't remember the exact weight. I think it's, without the backbone, about 21 kilos.
It's quite
It's
solid.
an aluminium rack, yeah.
Yeah.
Except the tough bar is steel. It's also really low compared to some other racks.
Yeah, it seems very low profile. Is that with the backbone system as well that it keeps it so low? That's really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very nice. That's a big roof rack, but yeah, you hardly see it. You hardly notice it.
Yes.
And then what do you have here? Crash pad,
That's the shower tent.
shower tent.
It's a grey canvas. It's nice and thick so it doesn't see through or anything. It was for the height that we have to have it on a little bit long in length, so we've just adjusted it ourselves. It comes with a rooftop flap as well, which we removed. Yeah, it's a good product. I think it'll last well. That
Did its
took
job.
some, a lot of the brush just, I thought, off. It might just rip that
Oh yes.
covered, but it didn't. It's really solid. You can see the brush marks on it.
Yes. Yeah, quite strong material there. You can even feel that. That's very strong. Because this side would have had the brunt of it,
Yeah.
and it looks
there's no
perfect
damage.
still.
Zipper on this, of everything we had to zip open and close, it's the best one that I thought.
Yeah. Okay.
It appeared not to be affected by the dust
Yes.
for some reason.
And at the back here, that's a
That's-
big crash pad bag.
Yeah, that's really brilliant because we could put the trash and some other gear like the axe and that in there. Got a little compartment here with the corrugations. Unfortunately, I had the small drifter spade and a wood carry bag thing in there, and it loosened up and we lost that. So that was partly our fault.
So with the corrugations, it just slowly just
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
yeah,
the-
lifted
loosens
up.
it.
The weight of the spade just pushed
Yeah.
through.
This is a little spare wheel carrier from KB manufacturers. That worked well because we could put the chainsaw on the.
Oh yeah, that's a great spot for it on the outside there. Yeah, very useful space, isn't it?
And with any SUV type of car, if you put a rubbish bag on the back wheel, you have to relocate the camera.
Oh,
So Kayan makes a neat little bracket that comes from the number plate, and then he just had to change the wiring a little bit.
That's handy, because imagine you have to try and figure out a way where to put the camera now.
Yeah.
It'd be,
Even though the bag is a little bit in the way, but you can still see behind you.
yeah, I know, that's great. Is that, that's pretty much what we have on the outside here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing I didn't mention was the compressor.
Okay. With the compressor, you've got a...
ARB twin.
And do you have a tank with that, you
Yeah.
said? Yeah, that's cool.
So compressor is just mounted here, and I don't know if
Sure.
you can see it. I mounted the tank in the back of the
Oh, there it is.
yeah.
You can see it right down there.
Yeah.
That's surprising that you can have this much space in here to actually fit that twin compressor.
I think this is a a vacant compartment for a dual battery.
Oh,
setup.
right, yes.
That's what it would normally be used for.
Okay, so
But
you
since we didn't do a dual setup as such, yeah, that was quite handy.
that is a very handy spot, and especially having that tank behind the bull bar.
Yeah. Air connection is just at the front here.
Oh, just like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's neat. That's very neat.
worked really well.
With the winch installed as well.
Yeah.
PDX. No, that all comes together very neatly. Even the light bar fitting in there very neatly. Yeah, it's very nice. So you decided not to go for a dual battery.
Yes, because ideally I wanted to run everything separate from the car. I know there are ways to protect the start battery, but so we decided on I guess a standalone power station.
Yes, okay. Okay, we'll get into that when we get in the car then. Yeah, but this is very neat. I really like that, especially with the additional tank in the front there. It doesn't occupy any awkward space. So,
And we used it like Vito explained, because we have an inflatable mattress. This worked quite a lot every day.
use it every day. Yeah, and you even use it to clean a bit of a car. compress out.
Get to blow off the dust.
Yeah.
Worked well.
So you had the water set up. You had at the back as well, the water tanks.
Yes, so there's a 30-liter Kayan tank mounted at the underneath. You can probably see where it's been patched, the cracked on the seams from the during the second part of the track.
Yeah,
But we
okay.
managed to seal it, and it's still holding. We use
So-
that just for showering and dishes. This works really well.
Oh wow. Yeah. And that's just connected. Oh yeah. You even installed a hook for it. That's a great idea.
Yeah, convenient.
Yeah, that was really so good.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, now for this amazing setup inside here. This is quite well thought out.
This took many months to design, redesign, rethink.
Yes.
But we came
Wow.
up with this plan
Yeah.
because we wanted to either pools, one as a fridge and one as a freezer. They were just brilliant because I'm not the tallest person you can imagine, and I could access everything easily.
Very easily,
There, even there, it's so easy. I had this little Sea to Summit bag here just to wash my hands and stuff like that when the pump's not on.
But I have to say, this is going to be very difficult to try and explain how good this setup is without actually being able to open it all up and delve into it, because I've seen how this setup comes out and it is just incredible. So we're going to try and give you the best idea as we can, because gee, it's just like none other.
When we found AM Off-Road manufactured for us, we needed all the measurements. It was a little bit nerve-wracking because this comes from Brisbane, we're in Perth, and it had to fit in. If it didn't, it was our problem. So the only thing that Henny needed to adjust is we never took into consideration this curvage.
Yeah.
So this came out square, so Henny just took it off.
Oh, okay. Yep.
And then we could sink it in a little bit further.
Yep.
This is 50 millimeters. That was to tie down stuff. We never actually had to tie down anything because we measured these bags first. They're 16 centimeters high, so they fit in there perfectly. I used multiple of them for extra storage, utensils, groceries.
It's almost like a soft drawer.
Yeah,
Having that
and
there
it
is-
pulls out really
Yeah.
easily. I've put the tape there because in the red dust it dirty the carpet there a little bit.
Yeah, I see everything's thought out.
But it all fitted in well, 3 big ones at the back, the 4 small ones in the front,
Yes.
little camp oven there, mozzie, zapper for at night there, so it's all accessible there.
That's heaps of packing space.
Yeah. On the back door we've got an extra little table here from Kayon with
Sure.
both little shelf retainers, which works well. I've just put this bag from MSI as just the organizer. I've just supported it behind this panel, and it was brilliant to have my pegs and whatnot that I use all the time. So that worked really well.
Now this is a very nice, useful little spot here, especially that you took out the original
Yeah, which looks like this.
panel.
And what was in there? You need some, I don't even know what originally was
The
there.
left side is where the
Wheel
tools,
spanner and
original
what.
tools were in.
Yeah,
I think there was nothing in there.
yeah.
Yeah, wow.
It's probably
Cool.
space for an emergency triangle or something.
Yeah, or aromat. Yeah. Barbecue wipes. Yeah, that's perfect. That's a great little hack.
Yeah, we made coffee here every morning on our little MSR burner with the AeroPress. Works so well.
So you,
Worked non-stop.
so you just boil the water every morning
yeah.
on this.
In there, pretty easy. Takes about a minute and a half and you've got boiled water.
Sure.
In here is a lot of storage for more groceries and consumables.
That's quite deep,
Yeah,
but it's got the table underneath as
Yeah.
well, so gee.
and
Very compact.
utensils, a little bit of storage. This comes out where there's a pantry on the side. Everything's
Look out.
packed in these little Kathmandu bags, which fits in there perfectly.
So organised.
We've used the buddy a lot of the time to heat up things, make pizza.
You think it worked as you planned?
I don't think you can cook a proper meal in it, but if you've got anything pre-cooked and you have to heat it up, that's the way to do it. And
Yeah.
we made pizzas on frozen bases and that
Yeah, great.
really well.
So it's a marine oven. Is that
Yeah.
that's a little bit bigger, isn't it, than the
Yes, yes.
standard one? Yeah, it's a nice size.
Yeah.
And you didn't see too much power usage from using the Travel Buddy.
I think
No.
it was 10 amps something.
10 amps.
15, no,
Yeah.
something like that. Mostly used it while we were driving.
Yeah.
so
Okay.
Didn't
Enough.
affect the power
Yeah.
too much.
But just the organising even here through the sides, having a pantry at the back and in its the Kathmandu bags, it makes for a lot of space if you organise it well. These are your connections,
Yeah, that's
your power.
That's a front runner product that I fitted just for if we wanted to use power outside of the car.
Yeah.
Without having to have a cable hanging out somewhere.
I must say there was a light here that I do remember now that impressed me very much. This one here. I'll let
Yeah.
Vida explain that one briefly. It's very nice, nicely tucked away, manoeuvrable little light.
It's a map light.
Mag
It's a
light.
Narva map light.
Yeah. And it's white and red.
Yeah, so you got the red
Good.
light.
Really well for the keeping
Yeah.
the mozzies and stuff away. I used that, and then I used this National
National
Luna.
Luna.
There you go.
It's and you can also change it to white if you hold it in long enough.
Stage fright.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, you can also have white light there.
Yeah,
That worked really well.
Yeah, and when you showed me on the trip, that was incredibly bright.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
very bright. Even that one doesn't look so bright in the daytime, but it was
it works
it's
well.
very bright. It's perfect.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah,
red
other
was
than
just
the
enough.
two, I needed nothing else.
Nothing more, yeah.
Back. Yeah. No, this was brilliant, and the fact that it just tucks away like that.
Yes, just
We've
out
got
of the way.
3 of them, and he can show you there on his side, and by the
Yeah.
closed drawer side, we've got another one. Which was just you can
Perfect.
maneuver it where you want to see.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah, because often you'll have a light and you'll put it you strap it to there, and then the next thing you want to see over there, and then you got to tape it up there or put a magnet or something on there that you can just bend and move how you like.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the awnings from the Bush Company in the 70s. That's really nice awning. Strong.
And it's one of the lighter ones that you could find
I think they're all
with strength.
Pretty much
270s.
yeah.
270s are pretty bad. If I recall, this is 28 kilos, I think.
Yes.
But it's worked really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's easy to open and close.
Yeah. No, they are just awesome to have.
Yeah.
Bush Company, a reputable brand. Can't go wrong. Yeah.
We use front runners tables, and we've got 2 of them. And the chairs folds up really compact, and it's very light. Everything in for us was about weight. So I think this is 3.5 kilos or something like that.
Yeah, wow,
Which
3.5 kilos.
Really
mattered.
light.
Yeah.
And you had to take these in and out many a times a day, so
Yeah.
they've been well tested and tried, so they still look very good.
Yeah.
And they fold up so small, it's great.
So in here we have most of the storage and the power station. It's a 200 amp hour Klarman power station, which just charges from the start battery, and then the power goes to in here is the Wegon relay hub that then supplies power to an aux beam switch panel, which I use to control all the exterior lights. It's a small switch panel.
Sure, and that's got everything on there just from this one
Yeah, the
panel.
water pump and all the lights that we have mounted. And then here's another one of the map lights, and it's got the same on the other side.
Yeah, that's handy.
Yeah, the rest is pretty much storage.
And it's quite a setup in the back here. All your power is neatly tucked away, but still easily accessible.
Yeah,
which
if we
is
have
nice.
to, yes.
Yeah, if required.
Yeah, quite
And
easy.
you went with the cargo crates.
Yes, so and I just used the cargo net to strap it all down.
Yes.
Once everything is packed,
Yeah.
and then all the gaps are filled with something.
Yeah, it is packed to a T. It's really well
Yeah,
planned.
underneath
Everything has a spot. It's
There's
great.
goat tread recovery tracks under the floor. And our
What's
shower-
a goat tread?
Go tread.
Yeah, it's
Goat tread.
it's not a max rack. It's a foldable one. The
That's
shower
awesome.
tent floor fits in there. The sand flag is in there, and a lot of other stuff.
Yeah, yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's very neat. And you even taped up all the sides here.
Yeah, we just thought we might try and protect it as much as possible.
For this
Yeah. Because this Prado, what year? Sorry, I didn't even ask that. What year?
2021.
2021. So it's very new. You want to protect as much as you can on a trip like the Canning.
Yeah.
You do whatever you can to look after the car. So that's a great move there as well. Protect the paint. There's a lot of getting in, getting out, and moving things in and out. So yeah, very nice.
We've got canvas seat covers from Escape Gear. It's a South African company, and the dash organizer. That was brilliant.
Oh wow, look at that.
Yeah, because everything, all the charge cables, everything's in there, all the night lights. Even has got a little center console. There's a little fridge in there, but
Oh yep.
you have your hands dirty on that the whole day long.
Yes.
And the HEMA on the inside, little tire monitor system.
The tyre monitoring just there, is it?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah. So yeah, if you get a flat,
It'll
when you
warn
get a flat, you know before you crack a rim. So that's
Yes,
good.
yeah.
Yes. And the HEMA maps, how did you find the HEMA map?
We used the HEMA Maps system. It was a little bit tricky working out exactly how it works, even if you watch the demo little video on it. But once we worked out how to create your track and work out your waypoints, and it's really good. You can also take photos and then edit them and have a playback on it. And so you've got everything in date order, little videos. So I enjoyed it. It kept me busy
Yeah,
a
nice.
lot throughout the day.
Yeah, and it became quite accurate. You
Yes,
said when we would say distances, comparing the
It's
maps, it was
Completely. If
spot
you
on.
zoom in on the like the Canning, we used to announce where there's sharp turns or that, it shows us. And I would say to Henny, there's a really sharp bend coming up because I could see it on the
nice.
track.
That's very handy.
Now on that side of the Prado, it's got lumbar support. On this side, it doesn't. So I bought this little MSA here, right where your back sort of gets a little bit tired.
Yes.
You can inflate this, and it just fills the curve up. And if you want to deflate it, you just press that. I thought initially it's a bit of a gimmick.
It's great.
Yeah, I would
Over a
have
long
missed
trip.
it if I didn't have it.
Yes. So yeah, stock, the Prado comes out with it for the
just on that
driver.
side, yes.
But yeah, okay. But that's very nice.
Yeah.
You can almost even tuck it in behind here.
Yeah, this was on already, so we just threw it over. And,
Easy enough.
Yes, it's like I say, it really, and it lasted. I didn't have to re-inflate it every day.
Well sealed. And you even have the little pockets
Yes.
on the sides here.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's like the transmission protection cover with two. It's like a saddlebag hanging over it.
Oh,
It's
it
really
goes
good.
right over.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, amazing. Like I say, everything's been thought out geniusly. So it's really amazing. It's interesting to see here. There's always something extra around that impresses me. So, and I'm sure you guys as well.
So on this side we've got, Vida will explain the clothing and that, but we've got 4 Outback fuel containers. So total about 45 liters,
Yeah, okay.
which worked really well. No leaks, no smell, no nothing.
Yes. Yeah, because that is a problem. Hey, you can very easily get a fuel smell in the car, and it just doesn't go away. Yeah, so they're very slimline, as you can see. Are they designed for the Prado, or is it just?
No, I think it's an American product, and I think it's more commonly used by Jeep owners.
Okay.
But you can use it on anything.
Yes.
And it
that's
comes with its own mounting system, which works really well.
Yeah. I do notice it's red. Usually the diesel is.
We couldn't get yellow.
Oh, okay.
Just
No
got
yellow in
red.
stock. Yes.
Yeah, no, we're really impressed with the quality of it, so it worked well.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
This is the side I function with the most. We've got 80 liters of water in the Sea to Summit 20-liter bladders.
80 liters.
Yeah.
So there's 4 bladders.
Yes,
Yeah.
they never leaked, never spilled. We refilled them. They slot into this lower cavity section perfectly. As you finish one, you just tuck it away there.
Wow.
This is the other little light that worked well, because often you look for things and I could move it around.
Yeah.
These are more of these little MSI containers. The clothes went into Sea to Summit bags,
Yeah, okay.
breathable bags. Made it really easy to just pull one out.
Yep. So you've got one for shirts, one for pants, things like that.
And
you
we
just
sort
pull
of
them.
packed winter summer, because this trip was a little bit cooler to start off with.
Yep.
Warmer up now, we'll go down to the cooler bits again.
Yeah, we had to pack for everything, didn't we? Yeah.
Yeah, and just more spice at the top. So yes, I really worked well here.
Yeah.
Dirty laundry bag, little toilet here.
Oh, that's the toilet.
Yeah,
All packed in.
the Nemo shower system, we used that in the shower tent. It takes about 22 liters, and you can fill it with cold water and then top it up with hot water.
Yeah, okay, nice.
And it was brilliant.
What a
Yeah.
treat. The Nemo.
Nemo. Yes.
Yeah. And how deep are these drawers here? There
It's
as well.
600 by 450.
Yep.
Big.
Yeah, wow.
And the doors closed easily.
Yes.
It was always easy to find stuff even in the dark.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, and even the roof is taped up there.
Didn't last
Amazing.
as well as what we wanted, but it
Yeah, it
protected
did its
a bit.
purpose.
And we carried some of these, which is the fire striker. We had
Yeah.
one on each side and one in the front and one at the back.
Yeah, in
just
case
for
of a
in
fire.
case of
yeah.
fire. Yes.
Yeah, luckily there's still 2 left.
Yes. And these are the snap shades from Snap
Yeah.
Shade. They fit the window perfectly.
Yeah, how good is that?
Yeah. And
So how do they sit in there?
they just kick into it,
Ah.
and you can wind the window up and down.
doesn't-
No mozzies could get through.
Yep.
On this side, we ordered the one with a silver layer that
Reflects.
reflects the heat out
Yep.
also on the back door, and kept the fridges a bit cooler.
What an amazing Prado that is. I'm sure you all were quite fascinated by all the things in this Prado and how well thought out everything is. Even just that system that you have in the back, this whole AM
Yeah, off-road, yeah.
yeah, that's in the back here. It's just amazing that can all just come together and fit in so perfectly that there's space for everything. And even if there's a little spot for something, you can make a useful space for it. Because I find even myself, there's often the little things, you've got big containers and things, but it's the little things that it becomes disorganized because you don't know where to put them. But yeah, you've got so many great little spots for everything to fit in really well. So yeah, I'll ask you, Crew, what do you think was the most challenging and also most favorite thing about the canning stock route or this trip in general?
I think most challenging for me on the route was, in terms of the driving, is probably the rocky sections. Yeah, you may not think so, but there's a lot of concentration. You have to be careful.
Yes.
Most enjoyable, I think we have the same as going over the dunes and not knowing what's on the other side.
That top, but you don't know if you're going left, middle, or right. You'll just follow it when it comes down.
Yeah, when the nose is up in the air and when it starts dropping, you find out what's next. Yes, I must say that was very, very nice because it does create a uncertainty about the next dune, what's on the next side. It could be a different landscape. Yeah.
But the excitement to go on this trip after all this planning, to see everything work, from every single light Henny did to the power that he researched so much, because that's the worst fear you've got, that you run out of power or your power station breaks down.
And everything came together.
Worked well. And
And this was how long in planning? When you started planning?
2.5.
The first time we spoke about it was 2.5 years ago.
2.5 years now.
And then we had multiple plans changed and rechanged.
Yeah, we had to even change a car.
Change a car, because what did you have before?
FJ Cruiser initially. Yeah.
But
so,
it's just the fuel range on it, and that's not.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been able to carry the weight that we needed.
Yes.
As good as it was, but
Yeah, no, this has been exceeding our expectation, I think.
Yeah. Big question is, how many trips have you done in this car, and how many trips have you done in total to come up with this setup?
This is the first trip.
First one.
How amazing is that? The first trip, and it's set up as if it's been travelled many years and thought out over many years, tried and tested. But no, this was all thought out and planned before the trip, and the execution of it was just incredible. Yeah, well, thanks so much for showing the car.
You're welcome.
And going through all the steps, and yeah, it's really quite an amazing car. And even on the trip, the amount of people that commented on the Prado definitely got more comments than the 79s, that's for sure. Because it is just set up really well. It looks the part, and it performed perfectly. And you set it up in such a perfect way, lightweight, so the corrugations and bumps weren't an issue. Everything was just thought out. It's really great. Yeah. All right, well, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.